Hi everyone, hope you are fine and keeping yourself and your family safe from COVID 19. Though it is an adversity, but this adversity also offered us technological opportunity. We have been locked ourselves for last 5 months and now there is a question that how long we should keep ourselves locked in homes. We should try to cope up with the situation of pandemic and try to resume our daily activities including education, though not physically but technologically, so that we are meeting through this technical platform. As e-learning is a boon for 21st century, so let's make the most of it. I mean technology. And another thing is that if we are together, we are unstoppable. So, dear students, here we are going to have a general talk on The Diary of a Young Girl, which is written by Anne Frank, which comes under the World Literature in English. Before starting to the diary, let's have a brief introduction of the author. Anneliese Marie Anne Frank was a German Dutch diarist of Jewish origin, one of the most discussed and talked Jewish victims of the Holocaust. She gained fame posthumously with the publication of The Diary of a Young Girl. The diary was originally written in Dutch. It was translated into English under the title The Secret Annex, in which she documents her life in hiding from 1942 to 1944 during the German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. The diary is one of the world's best known books and has been the source for several plays and films. The next slide is about the diary. Before we start with the diary, we should cast light on the terms like biography and autobiography, which are closely related to the personal writing. Biography, in the words of John Dryden, he defines the biography as the history of a particular man's life. Biography connotes a relatively full accounts of a particular person's life involving the attempt to set forth character, temperament, and milieu, as well as the subject's activities and experiences. Another form of personal writing is autobiography. Autobiography is a biography written by a subject or person about himself or herself. It is to be distinguished from the memoir. Now, it's a time to focus on what is meant by diary, which is directly concerned with us as we are going to talk The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. In short, diary is a day-to-day record of the events in one's life, written for personal use and satisfaction, with little or no thought of publication. Here, Anne Frank's Diary of a Young Girl is also written for her personal use and satisfaction. The next slide focuses on about the book, the diary. The Diary of a Young Girl, it is written in 3 volumes. The 3 volumes can be discussed in the following way. The first volume, it is called as The Red and the White Checkered Autograph Books, cover the period between 14th June and 5th December 1942. The second book covered the period as well as having the title A School Exercise Book. It begins on 22nd December of 1943 and ends on 17th April 1944. It is assumed that the original volume or volumes between December 1942 and December 1943 were lost, presumably after the arrest, when the hiding place was emptied on Nazis' instruction. However, this missing period is covered in the version and rewrote for preservation. Then the third existing volume, it also known as a school experience book, contains entries from 17th April to 1st August 1944, when Anne wrote for the last time 3 days before her arrest. The diary of Anne Frank isn't written in the ideal classic form of a dear diary or letter to oneself, as we found in other diary writing. Here Anne calls her diary Kitty because almost all of the letters are written to Kitty, who is pre-war friend of Anne and sole recipient of her diary entries. Now next slide tries to discuss some parts of the diary. It also can be called as Introduction to the Diary of a Young Girl. First of all, the diary divided in 10 chapters. Which are the 10 chapters? It can be summarized in briefly. The first chapter, covering the period June 12, 1942 to June 24, 1942. Anne Frank begins her diary with the hope that she will be able to reveal everything to it, since she feels that she has never truly been able to confide in anyone. She tells the story of how she acquired the diary on Friday, June 12, her 13th birthday. Second chapter covers the period July 1st, 1942 to July 10, 1942, and tells her diary that she has been seeing more of Hello. Hello's parents are in Belgium, but there is no way for him to travel there, so he is living in Amsterdam with his grandparents. On Sunday afternoon, Hello tells Anne that his grandmother did not approve of his association with such a young girl. Then the third chapter covers the period July 11, 1942 to October 9, 1942. Margot and Mr. and Mrs. Frank cannot get used to the chiming of the clock in the annex, but Anne feels assured by it. She tells her diary that living in the annex is similar to being in vacation in the strange boarding house, and she thinks that the annex is probably the most comfortable hiding place in all of Holland. Chapter number 4 covers the period October 14, 1942 to November 20, 1942, and continues to keep busy by studying French, maths, history, and shorthand. She writes that she is getting along with her mother and Margot better. The two sisters agree to let each other read their diaries. Chapter number 5 begins on 28 November 1942 and ends on 13 June 1943. The residents of the annex use too much electricity and exceed their ration. Anne begins to feel that Mr. Dussel is a strict disciplinarian and has too many opinions about etiquette. She writes that It is very difficult being the badly brought up center of attention in the family of nitpickers. Chapter number 6 covers the period 15th June 1943 to 11th November 1943, and it also begins with the quote, "I can only cry out and implore, oh ring, ring, open wide and let us out." Mr. Vascucci is diagnosed with cancer and knows he does not have long to live, and decides to stop studying shorthand because she is becoming nearsighted and cannot get glasses. In chapter number 7 covers the period 17th November 1943 to 28th January 1944. In this chapter, BP is forced to stay away from the annex for 6 weeks because of an outbreak of diphtheria at her house. Margot continues the Latin correspondence course using Babe's name. Mr. Dussel fights with Mrs. Van Daan, who thinks he and the rest of the annex should go to dinner in honor of his first anniversary of living there. Chapter number 8 begins on 28th January 1944 evening and ends on 11th March 1944. In the present chapter, Anne writes that she is growing more bored in the annex and tires of listening to the same stories over and over again. The adults constantly repeat the stories they have heard from Mr. Clayman, Jan and Miep, which are mainly stories about other Jews who are in hiding. Chapter number 9 begins on 14th of March 1944 and ends on 11th of April 1944. In the present chapter, the people who supply food coupons to the annex are arrested. The residents' only alternatives is the black market ration books they have, and the food they must eat is horrible. And the last chapter covers the period 14th April 1944 to 1st of August 1944. And this chapter also begins with the quote, "I keep trying to find a way to become what I would like to be and what I could be if only there were no other people in the world. Tensions in the annex run high after breaking, and no one can shake the feeling of impending doom. On the top of that, Peter forgets to unbolt the front door, so Mr. Kugler has to smash the window to get in. The air raids on the city are incredibly heavy. The registry of births, deaths, and marriages in The Hague is bombed, requiring new ration card to be issued." Then we have a next sections to talk, that is a character, and the list of the characters we have in the present The Diary of a Young Girl is like. The first character is Anne Frank, the author of the diary, and was born on June 12, 1929 in Frankfurt, Germany, and was 4 years old when her father moved to Holland to find a better place for the family to live. She is very intelligent and perceptive, and she wants to become a writer, and grows from an innocent, tempestuous, precocious, and somewhat petty teenage girl to an empathetic and sensitive thinker at the age of 15, and dies of typhus in the concentration camp at Bergen-Belsen in late February or early March of 1945. The next character is Margot Frank, Anne's older sister. Margot was born in Frankfurt in 1926. She receives little attention in Anne's diary and does not provide a real sense of Margot's character. Anne thinks that Margot is pretty, smart, emotional, and everyone's favorite. However, Anne and Margot do not form a close bond, and Margot mainly appears in the diary when she is the cause of jealousy or anger. She dies of typhus in the concentration camp a few days before Anne does. Next character is Otto Frank. Otto is Anne's father. He is practical and kind, and Anne feels a particular kinship to him. He was born on May 12, 1889, into a wealthy Frankfurt family, but the family's international banking business collapsed during the German economic depression that followed World War I. After the Nazis came to power in Germany, Otto moved to Amsterdam in 1933 to protect his family from persecution. There, he made a living selling chemical products and provisions until the family was forced into hiding in 1942. Otto is the only member of the family to survive the war, and he lives until 1980. The next character is Edith Frank, Anne's mother. Edith Hollander was originally from Aachen, Germany, and she married Otto in 1925 and feels little closeness or sympathy with her mother, and the two have a very tumultuous relationship and thinks her mother is too sentimental and critical. Edith dies of hunger and exhaustion in the concentration camp at Auschwitz in January 1945. The next is Mr. Van Daan, the father of the family that hides in the annex along with the Frank and who had worked with Otto Frank as an herbal specialist in Amsterdam. Mr. Van Daan's actual name is Herman Van Pels, but Anne calls him Mr. Van Daan in the diary. According to Anne, he is intelligent, opinionated, pragmatic, and somewhat egoistical. Mr. Van Daan is temperamental, speaks his mind openly, and is not afraid to cause friction, especially with his wife, with whom he fights frequently and openly. He dies in the gas chamber at Auschwitz in October or November of 1944. Mrs. Van Daan. Mr. Van Daan's wife, her actual name is Auguste Van Pels, but Anne calls her Petronella Van Daan in her diary. Anne initially describes Mr. Van Daan as a friendly, teasing woman, but later calls her an instigator. She is a fatalist and can be petty, egotistical, flirtatious, stingy, and disagreeable. Mrs. Van Daan frequently complains about the family situation, criticism that Anne does not admire or respect. Mrs. Van Daan does not survive the war, but the exact date of her death is unknown. Next character is Peter Van Daan, the teenage son of a Van Daans whose real name is Peter Van Pels. And first sees Peter as obnoxious, lazy, and hypersensitive, but later they become close friends. Peter is quite timid, honest, and sweet to Anne, but he does not share her strong convictions. During their time in the annex, Anne and Peter develop a romantic attraction, which Mr. Frank discourages. Peter is Anne's first kiss, and he is her one confidant and source of affection and attention in the annex. Peter dies on May 5th, 1945, at the concentration camp at Mauthausen, only 3 days before the camp was liberated. The next character is Albert Dussel, a dentist and acquaintance of the Franks who hides with them in the annex. His real name is Fritz, but Anne calls him Mr. Dussel in the diary, and finds Mr. Dussel particularly difficult to deal with because he shares a room with her and she suffers the brunt of his odd personal hygiene habits, pedantic lectures, and controlling tendencies. Next character is Mr. Kugler, a man who helps hide the Franks in the annex. Victor Kugler is arrested along with Clement in 1944 but escapes in 1945. He immigrates to Canada in 1955 and dies in Toronto in 1981. Mr. Kugler is also referred to as Mr. Kraler. Then, apart from all these major characters, we also have some minor characters like Mr. Clement, Babe, Mr. Hoskulgil, Mabgies, Jangies, Hanneli. Hanneli is Anne's school friend. The Nazis arrest her early in the war. Peter, Hello Silberberg. Hello is a boy with whom Anne has an innocent though romantic relationship before she goes into hiding. Hello is also referred to as Harry Goldberg. Dear friends, the next section is of theme or themes. Theme is sometimes used interchangeably with motive, but the term is more usefully applied to a general concept or doctrine, whether implicit or asserted, which an imaginative work is designed to involve and make persuasive to the reader. In the diary of Anne Frank, we have themes like the loneliness of adolescence, and Frank's perpetual feeling of being lonely and misunderstood provides the impetus for her dedicated diary writing and colors many of the experiences she recounts. Second theme is the inward versus the outward self. When we try to shape ourselves or try to establish identity, we have two sides simply called inward and outward. Anne also frequently expresses her conviction that there are two Annes, one the lively, jovial, public, and on the other hand, the sentimental, the private Anne. Anne struggles with her two selves throughout the diary, trying to be honest and genuine, which at the same time striving to fit in with the rest of the group. And we also have themes like generosity and greed in wartime in the diary. The diary stated that war brings out both the best and the worst traits in the people. Characters like Dutch keepers who are generous with food, money, and any other resources they can share. On the other hand, Mr. Dussel proves himself more greedy and selfish. These were the themes of the diary. Apart from Apart from these themes, there are some symbols such as Haneli's appearance in dream for several times symbolizes guilt. Secondly, Anne's grandmother appears to Anne in her dreams. She symbolizes unconditional love and support as well as regret and nostalgia. And the last part is motif. Motif is a conspicuous element such as a type of event, device, reference or formula occurs frequently in works of literature. For example, the Lothely lady who turns out to be a beautiful princess is a common motif in folklore, and the man fatally bewitched by a fairy lady is motif adopted from folklore of Keats in La Belle Dame sans Mercy. In the diary of Anne Frank, there are motifs like first is becoming a woman. For example, Anne is 14 years old when she first takes shelter in the annex and turns 15 shortly before the family arrest. Second motif in the diary is of fear. Though the Franks and the Van Dans are fortunate to have made prior plans to go into hiding should the need arise, but were unsure about their safety from the Nazis. Dear students, this was the short introduction to the diary of a young girl. This was the short introduction for being with me. The diary of a young girl. Stay safe and keep learning. This was the short introduction to stay safe. The diary of a young girl. Thank you. Thank you for being with me. Stay home, stay safe and keep learning.